have a community advocate and a very well-established attorney. Please welcome a community leader, Miss Roshawn Banks. Roshawn, welcome to the Anything Bucket.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And I'm very excited that you're here, as I'm excited about all my guests that come on the Anything Bucket, because everybody brings something different to our set.
Right.
You bring a wealth of knowledge about bankruptcy issues, about family issues, and about how it all started for you. So if you could tell the audience a little bit about who you are and what you do.
Okay. Well, I am an attorney since 1998, and I run a practice in Plantation, and we do bankruptcy, a lot of bankruptcy, criminal defense, and foreclosure defense. And there are about 4 of us there.
Excellent. And I know those are important things, because we look at bankruptcy, a lot of us, we cringe. We're like, oh no, I don't want to declare bankruptcy.
It's a bad word.
Bankruptcy's a bad thing. No, it's the B word. I can't be bankrupt. There's no way to be bankrupt. And the key is sometimes you have to do what's right in your personal life and in your professional life to move forward. Mm-hmm. There are some people, they declare bankruptcy. You were telling me about a case where they declared bankruptcy to save their home.
Absolutely.
And to stay current with the bills. Mm-hmm. And to understand. And it's by no fault of the person declaring bankruptcy. Mm-hmm. They made a choice. Sometimes we get involved in things. We think it's going to be great. It's going to be the next big thing. It's going to be the big cash cow. And boom, it blows up in our face. And that's then when we come to you and say, Roshawn, how can you help us? So if you could tell us a little bit about the process of bankruptcy and how we could protect ourselves.
And even before someone comes to me, they have to realize bankruptcy is not a bad word, like you said. And it's because we don't have the information. And we think, if I file bankruptcy, they're going to take my car. They're going to take my house. They're going to take my furniture. I actually had someone say, they're going to pull up with a truck and take my furniture. And that is not how it works at all.
Somebody's watching too many movies.
I don't know what they're watching. But that is not the process at all. You basically file a petition with the court. And you list all your assets, everything you own, all your debts. And when I say everything you own, yes, you list your furniture in every room in the house. Your art, your guns, your jewelry, you list everything. And then we make an analysis. And if you have so much stuff that's so valuable, it might come to the point where you might have to pay the trustee a certain amount of money to keep all your things. But at any point you can say, I don't want to go through with this. I want to dismiss it because maybe you have to pay, I don't know, $3,000. But sometimes, you know what? You pay $3,000, but you get rid of $30,000 in debt. So you really have to balance it. You really should see a lawyer, and you really should get all the information. And
it's all a case-by-case basis. Mm-hmm. It's, no 2 cases are the same, because everybody's different. Everybody has different needs. Mm-hmm. I know at your practice you do what I would call a needs analysis to evaluate the client. Mm-hmm. If you could tell us a little bit about some of the questions that they should ask you and some of the questions you would ask the client.
Well, the first thing is, what do you want to accomplish in your bankruptcy? Do you want to save your home? Like you said, do you want to try to modify your mortgage? Because one of the big questions is, should I file a Chapter 13 or should I file a Chapter 7? And they're 2 very different animals. But you want to figure out, what are you trying to accomplish? Do you just want to get out of debt and have a totally new, fresh financial start and not owe anyone and not have to pay anything? You might need to do a Chapter 7. If you want to modify your mortgage, which, I don't know, thousands and thousands of people need to do right now, you might want to do a Chapter 13 and try to work with your bank and modify that mortgage. Maybe get some principal reduction, maybe get the interest rate lowered. Maybe you just have a ton of medical bills that you just drowning. You can't do it. So, and maybe you want to bring the interest rate down on your car. People don't know they can do that.
And those are some great points to bring up. And talk about those pointers. I know you being a community advocate, you believe in giving back to the community, and I know that you have to do X amount of hours pro bono every year as well. And you found a great way to do that with these seminars that you
Yes.
put on. Without giving any dates, if you can just let us know a little bit about the seminars and how people can find out more information about them.
Absolutely, and that is something we love to do. We do a free seminar every couple of months, and we just lay out all of bankruptcy and all of foreclosure defense. You don't pay a penny. Half the people never retain us, but you have all the information. And something else we do, when you can't make our seminars, the bankruptcy court does free seminars about once every 2 months as well. And we put that information out in Facebook, and we put it on Twitter and LinkedIn. So we give you, there's no reason not to be informed.
And that's a perfect segue into the social media and how people can connect with you. If somebody wanted to connect with you, Roshawn, how is the best way for them to do that?
Just call. Phone consultations are free. We have an internet presence. We are, like I just said, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. We're on all
And
of
what
that.
is that? What is that phone number for everybody to call?
I'm sorry, and our phone number is 954-747-1843.
And that's a very important phone number for you to have. As Roshawn said, free consultations. You have an opportunity to protect yourself, and it's not going to cost you anything up front in the beginning. And Roshawn will help you fill your needs when it comes to bankruptcy. You mentioned you also do some criminal defense, and those cases must be very, very interesting. I'm from Matlock and the old school, Quincy TV show, giving up my age, but and I probably watch too much TV and have too much knowledge from TV about the law. But if you could educate us a little bit more about that, and tell us some of the interesting criminal defense cases you've handled in your office.
Well, people don't know this, but criminal defense was my first love. So I did that my first 10 years of practice, and I still do it now. So I've had interesting trials here in Broward and in Brevard County. Drug trafficking trial, which I won. Just came out not guilty. But then I've had some sad ones, cases where people are abused or mates are beaten up. Those are a little harder, but still, when you're accused of an offense, you want a professional there. When you have a toothache, you want a dentist. You want a professional there. Rather, people say, how can you represent someone who's guilty? Well, you don't want the criminal justice system to just steamroll over you, whether you did it or not. You want fairness, you want justice, you want equity.
I used to think that way. It's like, how can you defend somebody that does a DUI? And we hear with athletes all the time, oh, they should be able to afford a driver or a limo. We all make mistakes. Nobody's perfect. And when we have to answer to the judicial system, it's great to have somebody like you to help us through that.
Right. And it's not that you're defending the criminal act. You're representing the person throughout the entire criminal justice system, from the time they're arrested and charged to the time they're sentenced or set free. And you want that type of representation.
And I know one of the things that you pride yourself on as far as representing people and helping people, you truly believe in helping other people excel, and I know you're involved in many different charitable organizations in the community. If you could tell the viewers a little bit about the charities and why it's important for you as an attorney to be involved that way in the community.
Well, I think sometimes I tend to be a people person. It can make you very tired sometimes, but I do go out. Besides the free seminars, for a long time I worked with the NAACP. I worked with the OIC, the ACLU, just being an advocate and just being social. And mostly, what I really like is to give people information, a widespread way to give people information, because that's how you're empowered, with information. And so that's my belief. That's what I do.
And it's great that you do that, because yes, knowledge is power, and so many people don't know what they don't know.
Right.
They think they know, but they don't know. And then you give them that information, and they're, as you said, empowered, and they're able to help with, be it a defense against bankruptcy, a criminal defense, a foreclosure defense, whatever their needs are, they're able to assist you as the attorney because they are now well armed with the information they need to protect themselves. With that, once again, if you can just give out your website so people can get that information.
And our office is the name of our office, The All Law Center, and so thealllawcenter.com. And people tend to fear what they don't know, and that's why on our website, I didn't even remember, we have a ton of videos where we answer questions in less than a minute and a half on bankruptcy. So information is right there, free.
And once again, ladies and gentlemen, that's www.theallawcenter.com. TheAllLawCenter.com with Roshawn Banks, meeting all of your bankruptcy, foreclosure, and criminal defense needs. We want to thank Roshawn for being here on the Anything Bucket on WRPBI TV. And we remind all the viewers to protect yourself and stay positive.